what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We are at day number 2 of the Brawl tournament, mouz versus Complexity. The winner goes on to play. Who is it? Who does the winner go on to play to?
The winner goes on to play
CLG.
CLG. Yeah.
CLG, and the loser goes on to play AL. That match should be the loser bracket match should be tonight, and the winner bracket match should be tomorrow. But either way, my name is Chappy, and with me is Harry, and together we are Cherry. What's up, Harry?
I'm feeling very cherry, actually. I mean, it's like a new car, right?
Yeah.
So I feel excellent.
And let me go ahead and shout out these sponsors. You're watching this on TV, or you're not. You're watching this on Twitch TV, and it's sponsored by Twitch TV. Also sponsored by TeamSpeak and SteelSeries. Again, the prize pool we're looking at is $6,000 plus 5 SteelSeries mice. First place goes for 4K, and then 15K, and then 500 in third place. So pretty good money there for a closed beta tournament.
Yeah, well, it's great to see that Dota is already picking up big prize pools in the closed beta. I mean, honestly, the prize pools are almost as big in Dota 2 as they were in StarCraft. I mean, if you consider the international being in the beta, it's much huger. So that really bodes well for Dota 2 as an esport.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, I don't really think you can count the international in anything. It's like completely unfair to count the international.
Yeah, well, but at the same time, Blizzard put up like tens of millions of dollars for the GSL, so.
True. True. Never mind.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, let's get into the picks.
Yeah, let's do that. We've actually got a Darkseer ban, pretty uncharacteristic. At least I don't know. Maybe they really fear the Darkseer from Complexity. By the way, Complexity, for those of you who have not been keeping up on the scene, was Team Fire, the North American squad. They were announced to be picked up by Complexity on Thursday. So yeah, that should make sense to you now if you didn't know who those were. But yeah, if you want to go over what's been going on in the picks and bans so far.
Yeah, well, first pick Chen, denoting that we are going to have some sort of a push lineup going out for mouz. I guess to counteract that they expect a push from coL, coL, I guess I should say, Complexity, whatever. But then followed up immediately by the Shadow Shaman and the Windrunner. So not allowing the Shadow Shaman Chen on the same team. And I know Complexity is well known, or it's tough to say Complexity now when I'm used to saying Fire, but they're quite well known for their push-heavy lineup. So Shadow Shaman fits right in there along with the Venomancer. And then kind of a slightly uncharacteristic dual lane pick, I guess, from the Mirana Sand King. We don't really see that one too much anymore. It kind of, was really popular a long time ago, but it's coming back into style a little bit as both those heroes make for a great long lane dual lane, as they both have good escapes.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely great. And I know that actually Complexity sometimes struggles against Sand King. They find it to be a very annoying hero to play against. But if you go ahead and look at Complexity's team so far, they've pretty much got the core of their lineup. It's I would say that they've probably won 95% of their matches with these three heroes, in their core lineup. Then again, they've won 95% of their matches, so it's kind of hard to really say that. But anyways, you cannot discount the strength here of IX Mike, the famous support player. He'll be playing Venomancer, no doubt. And then I gotta say, the world famous TC on Shadow Shaman is, I mean, honestly, I don't understand why you would ban Darkseer as opposed to Shadow Shaman in this situation if you're going up against Fire.
I don't really know either. I agree. I think the Shadow Shaman might have made more sense as a ban because Darkseer is less likely of first pick material, or first pick when you have second pick, because you're almost likely guaranteed to take Windrunner, which means you already have that long lane solo taken care of. So it's not very likely that you're going to pick up Darkseer with your first two picks, and I think it would have been easier to swing. I mean, if you're really that afraid of Darkseer, you could take Darkseer yourself with your second and third pick since you have first pick.
Yeah, and we see the good amount of support heroes being banned out here from mouz, but that still leaves open the Ancient Apparition, which I would honestly expect the Dire to pick up here, especially against a Chen. I know that Fluff loves to play that Ancient Apparition, and he plays it pretty well, so we will have to see. They do need one more hard support. As far as that goes, it's really just going to be AA or, well, who else?
Yeah, AA or Crystal Maiden are pretty much the only things really left at this point. As far
as both of them are actually really good against, honestly, against Chen. You've got Crystal Maiden, the slow is great against the creeps, great anti-gank, and then obviously the AA ult is great against the heal from Chen as well. So
yeah, meanwhile,
I think they're pretty happy with those options.
mouz still looking for something to mid. It's unlikely that they're going to have a dual lane mid since they have Chen. It's pretty hard to run a jungle and dual lane mid. So I mean, what kind of hero do you think they could possibly look to set up against the Shadow Shaman mid, which is such a strong if you're going up against a solo?
I mean, is there anything that really beats TC mid on Shadow Shaman? I mean, I can't think of. I mean, I could think of dual lanes that could potentially do it, but
Yeah, maybe looking for a Tinker potentially.
yeah, they actually faced a Tinker early today. It wasn't in mid though; it was down bottom. Did you actually catch any of the earlier games streamed today?
No, I haven't had the opportunity. Just got back from being out of town, so.
Oh, well,
Whoa.
fair enough. Oh wow.
So I guess they are gonna probably dual lane mid because there's no way you're gonna send a tiny solo mid against a Shadow Shaman unless you're really just planning to lose that lane.
Right, which is actually interesting that they're doing this because literally, Fire just faced this. They just faced. They had their Shadow Shaman mid against dual lane Tiny, with CM even.
Yeah, CM would be probably the most logical pickup actually at this point. And I know mouz really likes the Tiny. Trixie played a ridiculous Tiny in their win against. Who did they beat?
Today?
No. In the qualifier, they won in the finals. I think it was against Next, maybe. I can't remember now. But when they won the qualifier final to make it into the final four, they ran the Tiny on Trixie, and it was really game changing. So I guess they're maybe looking to recapture that magic, but. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Really questionable because I don't know. You have Sand King and Mirana, which is supposed to be a dual lane in my opinion. So I mean that has to be a dual lane. So we're usually dual lane if you're Radiant on the top, and so then you would expect to have some sort of a solo mid and a solo bottom or something. But with Tiny, there's no way they're gonna set that up. So I'm really confused as to see how they're gonna pull these lanes together.
Well, yeah, and now they're kind of screwed because CM was definitely the support hero that they wanted for that dual lane mid. Absolutely, there's no way that you're going to want an AA over CM in that situation. So we'll see if they indeed do go with AA here. AA, obviously not a bad pick, but definitely not as easy mode of a combo as CM and Tiny. So definitely Complexity is in a good spot for that as well. But I don't know. Do you still think that they dual mid here against Shadow Shaman, even if they get AA, without it really being ultra certain that it's going to be successful?
No, I don't think so. I think if anything, they're going to end up sending maybe the Tiny bottom, and if they do, I don't know. If they do set up a dual lane mid, I think they'll maybe try the Mirana.
Oh,
no,
wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be Queen of Pain mid then.
Yeah, it seems like they had to make an adjustment there almost.
Yeah.
They took a little bit on that last pick. Maybe they had to, maybe that CM was kind of too important to them. We'll see. I don't know. To me, it seems like you're going to get CM and as that fourth pick if you're planning on doing that Tiny CM combo because there's no way that Complexity is going to pick up Tiny. They've literally never picked up Tiny. They just don't do it. So, but either way, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to see QoP though because I haven't seen a lot of Queen of Pain in competitive Dota, at least lately.
Yeah, I remember he was in the I can't remember in the defense semifinals. I can't remember which team played him though, but that was the only time I've seen QoP in a long time. It's always a fun hero to watch. Meanwhile, Complexity, you know them pretty. I was going to ask what hard carry they're going to pick up, but actually going with Doom.
Yep, they went with this earlier today. Actually, I can't remember who it was. Actually, never mind. I do know who it was against because they only played one match today, even though they were supposed to play two. But it was against CLG. They just beat CLG actually 2-0 in the premiere just right before this actually, and in their last match. Actually, was it their last match or their first match? I want to say their first match. They ran this, except it was against an Enchantress. It was against an Enchant. Well, it's just. They ran it, period. I mean, it wasn't exactly a hard counter to one specific hero. They just do it well. I guess what's kind of being realized now is that Complexity doesn't necessarily need to have the most amazing counter pick. It's just the simple fact that they're known for their teamwork. They're known for their coordination, and it makes up for even if you draft incorrectly or if you don't draft as strongly as you should, having that degree of teamwork and coordination just pretty much makes up for any kind of mistakes during picks.
Yeah, and I mean that really is their signature style, and I guess that's what we're going to have to expect from them in this game because they picked up the Doom. I would certainly say that they don't have the late game in this game, so we're going to have to expect them to try to win in the mid game like they usually do. At least they usually try and normally succeed. So the Doom has not been popular in a really long time. I mean, outside of maybe Asian Dota, which isn't really Asian Dota 2, no one's really used Doom very much. So I guess they've just started practicing with him again recently, or...
No, actually, I can tell you firsthand that they have actually not been practicing with Doom. They just kind of literally just pulled this out of nowhere. And it worked last game. Actually, this game, it actually makes even more sense, obviously, if you just consider that Sexy Bamboo playing QoP.
Yep.
Is going to make QoP much more gankable, going to make Rexy much more gankable, going to make Trixie much more gankable as well. So we'll see if they can coordinate their efforts in that effect. But before we before too much happens, and you can basically predict that these guys are both going to be out of the gates here 2 seconds in because they've had this pause now. But yes, we do enjoy that, Alec. But as far as who's playing what, we've got mouz on the Radiant side, mouz Dement playing Chen, Rexy on Sand King, Trixie on Mirana, Sing Sing playing Tiny, and Sexy Bambo on Queen of Pain. We're going to have Complexity on the Dire side, Crystal Maiden playing Fluff. No, actually, that's not how it works. Fluff playing Crystal Maiden, Hannah Montana now going by Hannah for a little bit shorter on Windrunner. And by the way, Fluff and Stuff now going by Fluff after they've added these tags. TC on Shadow Shaman, of course, and Geo on the Doombringer, and IX Mike on Venomancer. So pretty standard players on their heroes. Geo did very well on Doom. That's one of the things you'll notice, even probably more so than most teams, is that these guys never change their roles, their heroes. They pretty much stick to what they're good at, as we're going to see all 5. Actually, we're going to have all 10 going up top here. It's going to be interesting to see who can go. Let's go ahead and analyze level 1 really quick. Level 1, you've got to give it slightly at least to Complexity here.
Absolutely. The only thing that could really turn that around would be the Mirana arrow. That's, I think, the only way that mouz has a chance of winning this. But with Mirana this close in, there's really no chance of a high stun arrow. So I think Complexity is definitely going to win this engagement if it happens.
But mouz is tucked together beautifully here. Watch out. Who's going to get the first stun? One stun does come out. Air comes out, and it lands on Hannah. Rex is going to follow that one up, trying to get a double stun, and he does land a double stun as well. Hannah halfway dead. He's going down. He needs to be careful. Sexy Bambo going to try and finish off that kill on Hannah. Meanwhile, Rexy on the very far left going down as well. And it actually goes down first before Hannah. Hannah charging back up in the trees. He's actually doing well. Dement actually going to go down as well before anybody. That's 2 down here already. Sexy Bambo almost going to be the 3rd here. Never mind, almost going to be the 4th. There was actually 3 that went down, so very heavily favored team fight right there for Complexity.
Yeah, managed to get a good Mirana arrow, which almost turned the fight for them. The problem was, with Queen of Pain going level 1 Blink, she just didn't quite have enough damage to finish off the Windrunner, who was trapped in the arrow. If she'd gone Scream instead of Blink, I think she might have actually been able to get the kill. They would have gotten first blood. Still probably would have lost the fight, but had a more, at least more favorable outcome for them. But instead, yeah, Complexity's early level 1 abilities were just too overpowering. Although, interesting that Hannah did end up going Power Shot instead of the Shackle Shot when they ran into an early engagement.
Yeah, well, it worked out, and that was some nice fighting, by the way, on the side of Hannah Montana, actually making sure that because he took a large brunt of the abilities, large brunt of the right clicks of the DPS, if you will, and he went away and he cut it beautifully into some trees, and he made it so he didn't die. So yeah, I mean, 3-0, that's a great start here for Complexity. But again, for those of you just joining us, this is Complexity versus mouz. This is the best of 3. We're in the Brawl tournament. This is the last of the first round in the upper bracket, by the way. So the winner of this game goes on to play CLG in what would be the upper bracket finals. The loser goes on to play Absolute Legends in the lower bracket. I guess you'd call that the semifinals. And as we're gonna have mouz Rexy, he's got haste up top. We got Dement in the enemy jungle, and I'm pretty sure that they're aware of that. Obviously, they're pinging all over the place. Obviously, they did see Dement walk through that ward, so they're gonna play Ring Around the Rosie here just barely. They do catch sight of him here. We got to be careful. Obviously, Dement is gonna be much stronger than any level 1 1v1, but 1v2, that's a different story. Nice slow there from Crystal Maiden. That's what we're talking about. So powerful. Now Dement in some big trouble. Obviously, TC gonna try and rotate from mid and try and help him get that. Dement goes ahead and swoops around up top. Couple more hits he's getting from the neutrals. Fluff is gonna try and do what he can. His nuke is off, and again, now it's 4-0. Chen not in a good spot here. He is gonna be very far behind, and that's gonna be tough to come back from.
Yeah, well, and meanwhile, Sing Sing has finally gotten some regen up, but he was basically kept out of the mid lane completely early on by TC, partially because I think he didn't actually die in that initial team fight. Yeah, he didn't die, but he basically had no health, no mana left, so he went into mid, a big underdog, and isn't really helping his situation very much. And meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Hannah is going to have an advantage on Sexy Bamboo bottom, not including the fact in the river, but just Windrunner, a stronger side lane solo hero with a better attack animation, slightly more damage, I think. No, not actually more damage, but basically a better animation than the Queen of Pain.
Yep, neither one of those heroes should be going down to each other alone. It should be a gank, but you got to think that, well, now Dement is in the bottom jungle. He will be able to pressure a little bit on mid and more so on bottom, but still, Windrun going to be very good for Windrunner to get out of those sticky situations. What he's really going to have to worry about is when Rexy from top starts to rotate. and throw some ganks down bottom. But honestly, they're gonna have to contend with top first because we've got some pulling going on. And honestly, we've got a tri-lane basically. So tri-lane versus dual lane. Although I will say that dual lane is hard to kill, as we mentioned earlier. We'll see if they can make anything happen. As far as the wards go, we do have the counter ward going out here up top there on the pull. As you can see, they just counter warded that, so that will be able to spawn. I do believe that doesn't block anything. I'm not actually entirely sure, but they're going to have a go here on Rexy. There's no true sight. There is true sight. True sight pops out. They are already, oh my gosh, they're not leaving anything to chance. They're already 5-0, 3 minutes in. Obviously, Complexity off to a great start.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the advantage when you get the early kills. You can buy early support items like Sentry Wards, and it makes it really easy to kind of change that to even more kills. Because, yeah, absolutely, the strength of the Saiyan King Mirana lane, you know, is the Mirana has the leap, Saiyan King has both the Impale, which you can get away with, or Burrow Strike, which you can get away with, and the Sandstorm. But, yeah, when the supports already have early gold, they're going to have those sentries, and it's going to make the lane a lot less effective.
Indeed.
Actually,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to dive the tower here a little bit, but then thought better of it. Mike throwing out to Gale, I guess just for a little bit of harassment on Trixie. And Trixie's already at half health just from the Gale and a couple of right clicks.
Rune fight at top. It is. Sing Sing would have gotten it if it was top, but it went ahead and spawned bottom regen. No one has vision of it, but it is. Dement should be closer to it. We'll see if, and he is going to make a beeline right to it. It's going to be a race though. It should definitely go to TC, considering TC does have chicken. Oh, Sexy Bamboo's actually going to grab it first. Now TC's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get slowed. We'll see if the slow can come out from Ursa Warrior. A couple more right clicks, and it should be enough, and that should be a nice kill there for mouz. mouz on the board, and a great kill as well, taking it on their solo mid TC.
Yeah, I mean, Trixie, or Sing Sing actually is playing the Tiny this time, so I guess that's a little bit of change of pace. I guess maybe they played him in a tri-lane role previously, but this time it's solo mid, which Sing Sing normally does. But yeah, Sing Sing going to be really happy to have that extra time to get a little bit of farm up and some experience. Sending himself out, finally a bottle just now. Oh, bottle and boots, actually, so that's not terrible. It's basically the same as what TC has, and about equal levels, so not terribly bad for him in that lane now. Although he's going to have to watch out, because obviously as soon as TC hits 6, it's going to be really easy to get a kill on Sing Sing.
Yeah, indeed. TC known for those ward traps, and that's obviously going to work very effectively against a Tiny. No easy way to get out of a ward trap. In fact, the attack speed is so slow that I might even argue that it's even harder for him to get out of a ward trap, but we'll see it now. Meanwhile, Hannah, unfortunately for him, he has to stay kind of out of the lane. Dement is off the map. They're not sure where he is. He is going to try and do what he can to get some experience.
Yeah,
and,
I was going to say, what they're really going to need basically to turn this game around is going to be Dement. There's going to have to be some really big Chen play if they want to basically get back into this game. I mean, not that they're out of it, but to get a stronger chance. It would. Ooh.
Mid. Unfortunately for TC, he was unable to do anything with those wards. Now he's just going to do some farming with it. But uncharacteristic there, TC unable to get a kill there using his ward basically his ward trap. Yes.
Yeah, so he missed on the ward trap and he didn't have enough mana for the shackles, or?
No, I want to say he missed on his ward trap and just didn't cast. He did have enough mana. He just wasn't. Maybe he was out of range. That might have been it. I'm not sure entirely.
All right. I mean, yeah, I guess the Tiny stun lasts for quite a while. It's very difficult since it keeps continually stunning. If he throws it out on you in response to the ward trap, if you don't get the ward trap off, it's going to be hard to get with the shackles off.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it really sucks, though, as a Shadow Shaman, your first ward set of wards of the game should pretty much always either be, you know, a tower kill or at least a hero kill, so it kind of sucks to throw that out and not get anything with it. But, I mean, certainly still up by 750 gold, so not a terrible situation, even with that first wasted wards.
Yeah, I think top lane is probably a bigger concern right now anyways for... Well, for mouz, I mean, the farm on Geo, let's go ahead and open him up and see what kind of gold he's working with. He has 435. So, I mean, that's not very surprising considering how many kills he has. He's 2-0 and 2, so obviously that's not surprising, but still, he's going to be incredibly crucial for Complexity. So for him to have those levels and have that farm is pretty bad news for mouz, but really what it's going to come down to is if actually Geo can translate that into kills. We'll see at level 6. He's already level 6, obviously, but we'll see from here on if he can actually get any kills with Doom. I mean, AFK farming with Doom is not as productive, obviously, as utilizing that ult for getting kills on anybody. But it just so happens, obviously, that his ult is great against his lane. So hopefully they can get some tri-lane kills up top. But actually, TC and IX Mike way over in mid. Not actually sure what was going on there.
Here goes the Doom actually coming out on the
On
Rexy top.
Rexy. See if they can get one more right click on there. Actually, that should be enough. He should be going down. Geo, oh my gosh, he's real close. He should be okay. The Miranda does actually deny Sand King. Nice play there. That's the only downside about diving like that, obviously, if you're not able to get the kill yourself manually. Meanwhile, at the top room, Sing Sing, oh, and again, the War Trap not able to happen. Fortunately for him, he does have the Shackle come out. Sing Sing trying to get away. One more barrage might be enough. Oh, that should be enough. He does turn back, and there he is going to be now 1-7 in favor of Complexity.
Yeah, that is, like you said, the problem with diving. Actually, I saw on Doom that he already has a Robe of the Magi picked up. Is that going to be for an early drums, I guess?
Yes, he does go drums.
Yeah, I guess I haven't seen Doom very much lately, so I'm not really accustomed to his item builds. Normally I would expect to see a fast Vanguard, but yeah, he already has the Bracer up, so definitely going to be drums. I mean, I guess with the movement speed stacking along with Scorched Earth, and he has already picked up the Speed Aura from eating one of those creeps, so...
Yep, they pretty much forego Radiance even. They pretty much, if they're going to copy the last build, it was pretty much Hood, which I imagine would go into pipe, obviously, and drums, and they just kind of 5-man after a little while. They don't need to 5-man so much in this game, simply because they were in their specific situation, they were against a Boots of Travel, Tinker, and a Furion, so they were kind of forced into 5-manning more in their CLG match. But I wouldn't be surprised if they continued that theme, regardless, considering the Speed Aura is going to be the aura of choice for Geo this entire game. Oh, nice. Forcing Trixie to go all the way back. Now Geo's going to have free farm up top. They do kind of move the dual lane into mid. Mouz, Sing Sing, and Rexy are in there against TC. TC with the power treads, 9-minute power treads. He also has a Bracer, I think.
Yeah,
Did you see a Bracer come up?
Looks like there's a Bracer on the courier along with his
bottle.
His bottle. Yeah,
Quite a bit.
Interesting, kind of a late Bracer almost. I mean, usually if you're going to go Bracer, you do it after or before you finish the treads, unless you're planning on making drums, but it's unlikely that they're going to make 2 sets of drums, so kind of a little bit strange almost.
Alright, well, we see 2 seconds left before this rune comes up. Hannah Montana ready to take it down bottom. It's going to actually spawn top, and they're going to be taking regen. Rexy, Sing Sing has a bottle. Nicely done for them. Now Rexy gets doomed. They're going to get slowed. He's easily going to go down here. They're just going to let him die. No deny this time. And there is the strength we see of Geo roaming out of his lane. Going to easily get that kill, and very effective pick against the metagame right now. You know, you've got blinkers. You've got people that can get away from you, and obviously, you know, that's what Doombringer is good against.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good point. Basically, everyone who's picked these days has to have some sort of escape almost. That or just the ability to do a lot of damage with how much roaming comes around. Actually, speaking of roaming, a little bit of action bottom, yeah, but not gonna anything come of it. But yeah, so it's true. Doom doing a really good job against the metagame right now, and I guess negative armor. Well, Slarter is still a little bit popular, but other than that, negative armor kind of falling out of fashion. Tide not picked up as much, and Vengeful Spirit usually banned, so I guess Doom has a chance.
Yep. Sexy Bambo, though, Queen of Pain down bottom, having a great game so far. 325 gold a minute. He's already got travels. I don't know if we mentioned, obviously we didn't mention that.
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and call that one out. He's really low, though. He's probably going to have to use those to go back to base here shortly. But as far as other items go, since I'm looking around the map, nothing's happening. Just got Mouz Dement. He's got Smoke of Defeat. Doesn't even have boots yet, unfortunately for him, but I mean, boots not all that necessary. Nothing on Rexy whatsoever. Trixie does have power treads up top, as they're going to kind of lean into the jungle here.
Yeah, well, the one thing about the way they ended up picking Queen of Pain... Oh, actually, arrow missing top. But yeah, with picking Queen of Pain, you know, the Sand King is actually basically their support in this game. And Sand King really not very good at being the sole support. Because, you know, he wants to get that arcane boots usually into that blink. So you can see, actually, they don't really have any wards up on the map at all right now because he's having to support. And, you know, even if he does ward, he can't really counter ward very effectively either because he's actually going to have to burrow strike up onto cliffs just to kill wards. Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely worth mentioning that. They really are lacking the standard CM, AA, even Dazzle. You know, your max range support. We're going to have a pressure applied up top here. Just basically what's going to be a 2v4 here so far, barring some TPs. Obviously, Bambo is going to be able to respond very easily. He's level 10, not going to be probably level 11 for this team fight if one does happen, unfortunately for them. Their other option is to... Oh, he's going to actually have a go here on Hannah. Hannah going to go ahead and TP out. Oh, not going to be enough. He's going to go down. Nice take there by Sexy Bambo. He's doing very well this game, and that is easily going to be their only hope in holding off the onslaught of complexity, as they're going to go ahead and try and answer by pushing this tower up top. There's no obviously no ult on not Sing Sing, but
on the Queen of Pain, on Sexy
on the
Bamba.
Queen of Pain, and so there's going to be no TP, and they're going to go ahead and get that tower.
Yeah, meanwhile, though, Chen actually pushing out the bottom tower. There should be TPs, I assume, so there's no way he's actually going to do enough damage to take this tower down, but at least even taking it to half. Although, actually, yeah, TC has his ult, so looks like they might go for 2 towers here top, which they probably could do.
Yeah, TC has his ult. He's almost level 11, and he's well on his way to blink actually as well. And as we all know, that's going to be another bit of pain there for mouz. And I'm seeing Sexy Bambo. 85 seconds left on that ult. He's kind of juking and jiving around. Let's see who really complexity can actually jump. The problem is until that blink comes out, you can doom somebody, and there's not a whole lot of snare. I mean, there is a good deal of snare on Fluff. Don't get me wrong, but you can doom somebody, and as of right now, there's still a decent chance that they can actually just walk away. And that is at least until that blink comes out on TC, which he's getting close. He's now 1750, and let me actually finish going over the items before
actually
else happens.
Going to happen bottom. Bamboo, yeah, TPing to the creep, but the counter TP by TC is going to be enough to stop that. And
now he's at 2k, so he will have, barring a gank here, which is quite possible, he will shortly have that blink. Down up top, I should say, they're going to actually continue to pressure. And look, we do actually have a vitality booster, so you might be right. This time instead, they might go Vanguard as opposed to Hood. Let's see if that would make sense. Actually, it really wouldn't make sense to do anything but Hood.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much all magic damage coming out of the Radiant early in the game, at least. So yeah, I don't see why you would go for the Vanguard. Maybe just getting the vitality booster and gonna hold on to that for later.
So we're gonna have Bambo going on TC. TC needs to not die here. He's so close. And he's not going to be pursued, fortunately for him. TC is going to have to sell something or just wait for it. And obviously, he's going to walk back and he's going to have enough for it.
Yeah, meanwhile, speaking of blinks, Sing Sing actually decided to go phase boots before going towards his blink. Kind of unusual. If anything, I would expect to see treads, not phase on a tiny if you're going to get some sort of boots before your blink. Prioritizing phase before the blink is a little bit strange to me.
Yeah, we'll have to keep. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that and see if that costs him.
Oh, Rexy setting him an ult.
Look at that! Nice ult toss, nice play there. I gotta shout that out. That was amazingly beautiful to behold. mouz, Rexy getting thrown by Sing Sing. Nice coordination there, and they go ahead and pick up a kill there on who was that? On IX Mike.
Yeah, I mean.
Meanwhile, down bottom actually, Geo on the forced to run away. He should be fine getting away. We're gonna have the turnaround here. TC blink and the patented ward trap. That's gonna be that. Maybe get another kill here on these units. No, and yeah, they are. They're definitely gonna try and kill these units. This is a lot harder for a Chen to pick these units back up after they're killed. A lot more so than an Enchantress. But either way, so far I really love that play there in mid though. That was pretty sexy.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. I haven't seen that in a long time, and it makes me smile on the inside to see it. Ooh, Arrow gonna come in and hit J on the TP. Retrixie's gonna go for it, but actually this is gonna be a mistake because there's gonna be TP support coming in, and
there's no mana.
Yeah, the TP gets canceled.
I don't know, but it shouldn't matter. There's tons of movement speed on this. There we go. That's going to be enough to get that kill. Meanwhile, Rexy going to need Hannah. They're going to just pass ways. Down bottom, they're going to pressure complexity. Continuing to pressure these
Sexy
towers.
Bamboo actually maybe going to get Doom top. No, just barely isn't able to get there in time with the next blink. But they do push the creep wave back enough that they take the tower.
Yep, so good for them. They now have 2 towers, so it's actually even after this tower.
Yeah,
I'm going to open the gold graph. Actually, not that big of a favor for complexity. Just hovering around that 1,000, going up and around it, which is not a whole lot. Really, it's not.
Yeah, well, considering how the game started, actually, to be only down by that much at this point is actually really good. Especially since they didn't really have favorable lanes overall, but that's just the effect, I guess, of having a jungle hero when the other team doesn't.
Yeah.
And Dement, yeah, with level 7 now, should be getting 3 creeps usually, and they should try to take this mid tier 1 tower, I would assume. It's almost at half health. Yeah, and they're setting up around the mid. They want to do something here. Meanwhile, Sexy Bamboo already up to 2,200 gold again. I assume going to go for Hex next, probably, but maybe going for the Lincolns.
Yeah.
Because it's so strong against Doom.
I would expect the Lincolns. We'll see, though. And he does opt to finish the Vanguard, actually. He is also going to go straight tank. He already has the cloak as well. Talking about Geo on Doombringer. The TC already has Ogre Club working towards that BKB. Obviously, we do see all 5 in mid. We'll see if they can jump anybody. The thing is that they don't have... Well, never mind. Meeting my own words, they do have the ability to jump on somebody now at TC with that blink. So we'll see if they can get anybody. But obviously, everybody disperses.
Well, they're going
smoke gank. We do. I was gonna say. I didn't even look. I wasn't even looking, but I mean, it just feels like it's that smoke gank time.
Oh,
and they're gonna rotate top. Sing has blink.
Okay, yeah, on the pebbles.
Oh, Sing, right.
Ooh.
All right, well, they should be getting caught off guard here. Sexy Bambo is going to go down. Nice choice first. We'll see. And the Doom does come out to follow up. Nice burst damage. He's going to go down. Now Rexy's in trouble as well. Actually, yep. There he goes. He does go down. 45 seconds left on that death counter. Nice smoke gank there from, not from mouz, from Complexity.
Yeah, that worked out just about as well as you could possibly hope. 2 heroes with escape mechanisms, you would really just assume you're going to get one, and getting the Queen of Pain would be the ideal choice. But actually, with the way that the Sand King tried to save the Queen of Pain's life, ended up costing both of them.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can really fault him. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were probably screwed in any scenario.
Well, you know, as the Sand King, if you're standing in the outpost like that, you can just burrow strike further into the woods and TP out, and you're probably going to get away. But obviously, saving the Queen of Pain's life is more important than your own, so if you could die to save hers, then it would certainly be worth it. But, yeah, didn't pay off. And meanwhile, Dement tries pushing the mid tower, but not able to do enough damage before Complexity takes down the top tier 2. And one thing I was going to say about getting the Linken's, like, I know as a Queen of Pain, having played Queen of Pain actually just today against Doom, Linken's is really great, but the problem is, with so many good targets on the Radiant, getting the Linken's is not like going to stop the Doom ult. It's just going to prevent him from using the Doom ult on Queen of Pain, so someone else is still going to get hit by it. So yeah, he does actually opt to go for the ult staff instead, I guess deciding that just having more health to sit through the Doom ult, and obviously that cooldown reduction will just be so huge.
I agree with that pickup, definitely. I mean, like you mentioned, you know, just it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to block. You know, it just means that they're going to target somebody else, like you said. And now it makes you more of a target, obviously, if you have that old staff. And they really do need that burst damage. We do actually have Hood of Defiance finished by Geo. Geo getting all the last hits on these towers. We're going to have another ult. Was that an ult that channeled ult in? Can't even tell. Bamboo is getting chained down. He is CC'd. He is CC'd to hell. He is going to go down. 1 down so far. 4v5 situation. We'll see if they can catch anybody else. The ult comes out from Mirana. The Doom does come out on Sing Sing. Sing Sing's going to be hurt. That is a level 2 ultimate. Ult from SK not going to be enough. We'll see if that ultimate is Sing Sing. Let's see. We'll take a look at Sing Sing. He should be fine actually. They do get a shackle there on Dement. Geo's going to try and do what he can, trying to get that kill. Stun comes out from Rexy. Geo getting chained down. Nicely done there from mouz. Diving a little bit too deep here. A little bit of an overplay here from Complexity. Now mouz Sing Sing in the hunt. He's going to try and do. He does have his toss up right now. He's going to get that kill there on TC easily. And a little bit of an overplay here.
Yeah, buyback from Doom. Doom running in, though. But, yeah, it doesn't look like he's actually going to catch anyone here. Unfortunately, Scorched Earth still just slightly off cooldown. So, yeah, kind of an unfortunate buyback, actually, for Geo there.
Yeah, I bet they're regretting that decision to dive so far. There was really no need to do that. We'll see if they kind of take it easy here for a little bit. They'll be much better off after Doom finishes that pipe, though. I mean, there's a whole load of burst damage, basically pretty much from obviously Tiny. And really, Sand King's been able to get some decent ults off without a Blink Dagger. Obviously, with that toss from Tiny, they've been able to make some stuff happen. But in general, Rexy's been pretty crafty with it. Just everyone needs... I would not be surprised. Let me actually go ahead and look around. No, none there. I was going to say, I would not be surprised if everybody just picks up at least a cloak on the side of Complexity.
Yeah, I mean, what, Trixie at this point has Point Booster, Blades of Alacrity, basically no real farm. Getting a little bit close to his Yasha. How much gold does he have? Can't click on him like that. Yeah, 380 gold, so almost as his Yasha. But yeah, no real farm. So yeah, basically all the damage in this mid game is going to be magic, and cloaks would be awesome. I wanted to say about that toss in on the Queen of Pain, like I understood the theory behind it, which is that by tossing the Queen of Pain in, she can use her Scream and maybe her ult, and then she can blink out, but then not actually blinking in time was kind of questionable, so really Sing Sing just kind of setting up Sexy Bamboo to die.
That was that was an ill-conceived idea. There's no doubt. I mean, you can do that if you have a BKB. Otherwise, I mean, you're against a Rasta, for crying out loud. You're against a Doom. You're against a lot of CC. That's just ill-advised, to say the very least. And I don't think they'll be doing that. And, was it for sure intentional to do that, or were maybe they trying to do?
No, there was no one else. The SK wasn't next to him, so there was definitely intentional to toss the Sexy Bamboo. I guess just not very well advised. Yeah, because like you said, there's just too much instant CC coming from the TC and JO. Actually, speaking of, taking a triple stack here in the Ancients.
Yeah, lots more farm coming out, and lots more experience as well. Go ahead and open up that graph. It did shoot down until that dive. It was actually in a very, very scary dive down towards the Dire side, but now it's kind of leveled off around 3,000. This should help it out as well. And quickly, let's go over some items to see what items are trying to be finished off. TC is very, very close now to that BKB. We do have a mech almost being finished on Hannah. And that's pretty much it. Pipe, you've got to imagine Pipe is getting relatively close on Geo. For the other team, ult stick closer and closer. Sexy Bamboo getting closer and closer to that ult stick. Blink, point booster on Sing Sing, point booster, and Yasha. He's getting closer to his item, and that's pretty much it. mouz Dement working towards that mech. We're gonna have a go here actually up top. Dust comes out. Sexy Bamboo, Doom, and Dead. That is pretty much that. mouz Sing Sing down trouble as well. Is he dusted? I believe he is dusted. I'm not. Yep, he's gonna go down as well. That's 2. No, where's he at?
He gets TP'd out by the Chen actually.
TP'd out. Okay, sorry. The entire time, my is gonna finish up here on Dement. Nicely done. The entire time, the damn I had the damn items open. And you just can't hit escape to close it, which I really want you to be able to, but you can't. So the whole time I'm casting with like a third of the screen. I'm like trying to peek around corners and stuff. But
anyway, about that fight there. So basically just getting picked off again, and that's really been the trend of this game so far, is that just pretty much all pickoffs for Complexity. Because, again, look at their ward coverage. They have a ton of wards on the map, and mouz just really doesn't have any. They have one ward, which is an extremely defensive ward, not something you usually place up unless you're forced into your base. Because, you know, all they have is Rexy warding, and he's basically been saving money. I would imagine there's at least 1 stack of wards still on cooldown, maybe 2, that they would be able to buy and place. But actually going to have some action on the Roshan maybe in time?
Doesn't look to be in time.
Nope.
They just don't have enough ults up. The Trixie ult would have been handy, but it actually wouldn't have mattered, to be completely honest, because of all of the counter wards that Complexity have around the map. And that is going to be taken on the TC, I imagine, right? Yeah, going to be taken on TC, and he does now have his blacking bar. And we'll see. It's interesting that they choose to go here before it comes out. They are going to definitely go there, but they are smoked up, so, I mean, they are certainly going to have the element of surprise regardless. Fluff leading the charge. Drums already casted. Nice movement there. Very quick movement speed. They're going to come across Trixie here. Trixie has no idea what's happening. We'll see if they can get him. Do they spot him? No, it's nighttime. They cannot see him.
Yeah, saved by about 30 seconds until daytime there.
Yep. They would have caught that if it was daytime, but they're actually not going to catch anybody here, it looks like.
Yeah, meanwhile, look at Sing Sing. Sing Sing actually also smoking up himself, by himself, looking for someone in the jungle here, but not finding anyone.
Sing Sing greater than Complexity. Sing Sing greater than team. We'll see if they can catch him. He's not going to go through any wards here. He's going to be saved by night. There's the ping. We'll see if they catch him. They do. Blink should be coming out here. Oh, never mind. They don't see him. What am I talking about? He's invis still. And that is going to be a very uneventful smoke, but at least it's going to give time for the chicken to come out. So that's going to be a finished Pipe and a finished BKB. So two very big team fight items, and you can probably guess the way this team fight's going to be coming up here next.
Yeah, definitely going to push in. Sexy Bamboo really close to finishing that ult staff. I'm sure he would love to before they force this team fight in the middle. He's just going to try to keep pushing top and delay as long as possible, but Complexity's not going to take the bait. They're just going to push him in the middle and force him to come back before he gets the ult staff finished.
Yeah, this is the height pretty much of the strength of Complexity right now. Pretty much all their core items, all their pushing items are out. Literally every item, just about every core item I can think of is taken. So, and they have Aegis, so you can expect this to continue to go right into the base. And look for the Complexity TC blink. See who can get a go on here first. TC is gonna blink on somebody. A good target would obviously be Sing Sing if they can get that ward trap on, but really anybody but Chen really.
Queen of Pain does actually have the Aghanims now. She stayed top long enough to pick up the Aghanims. And meanwhile, Mirana actually destroyed the tower bottom. So actually doing a good job with the split push. But yeah, if Complexity takes this tower here, it's probably not going to be worth it. Ooh,
oh, there it is. Nicely done. IX Mike just barely meching in time. He's going to live. Oh, not the most effective ult there from Bamboo. That's going to really probably cost him this fight, unfortunately. Bamboo in a lot of danger. Doesn't really matter. His ult's out. That's pretty much what he can do. Sing Sing in trouble from going down now as well. He's actually going to go down, and he's the first person down in this engagement. The tower's half down. IX Mike charging back up. His ult is still yet to be used. TC has no mana. He needs to actually die to be really effective here.
Sing Sing's about to blink in, though. Yep, there we go.
And he is going to die. Nicely done. They go ahead and do a favor and kill him. Sing Sing buys back Sexy Bamboo, and Sing Sing going to be going low down here on health. TC is back. Shackle comes out on Bamboo. He's going to go down again. Or not again. I think that was his first death. And that look at all the wards doing work up there from IX Mike. Nice stun in there. Lots of damage. And again, he's going to use that magic one Ike's Mike refusing to go down.
Yeah.
Overall, good push over halfway down tower in mid.
Yeah, well, they executed the split push really well, taking down two tier 2 towers while they kind of stalled mid as long as possible. But it's not worth it if you have to force 2 buybacks in the team fight. One of the huge things, that shackle shot that caught Sexy Bamboo on the back end of it was just huge because, I mean, obviously locking down a blink hero for 3.5 seconds. And then, yeah, just honestly a really not very good ultimate from Sexy Bamboo, only hitting 1 hero who had a pipe on him.
Yep.
So, I mean, the purpose of the ult staff is to do a lot of damage in team fights, and if you can't do that, it's really not going to end well for you, despite a really good initiation from the tiny toss on the Sand King again.
Oh, it was a great initiation, actually, by mouz, no doubt. They, if that ult could have been followed up right then and there, that would have pretty much probably been the team fight, I would imagine. Ike's Mike would have gone down. I think somebody else was actually really hurt as well. I think it was Doom. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, we'll see if they can make that happen next time. Either way, you've got to really continue to draw attention to the fact that Rexy, without Blink, has been getting some decent ults off.
Yeah, and speaking of his Blink, he's actually now about 30 gold away from it.
Indeed. So he will not have to rely on that toss anymore.
Yeah, which will make it a little bit easier to set up the combo from Sing Sing on someone if they want to. It's probably TC, I would imagine. Although, again, in Dota 2, it certainly is a little bit more difficult to combo with Tiny than it was in Han.
Yep. Now, it's worth mentioning that now with these Blinks coming out for mouz, if you look at their lineup, I mean, it just shouts team fight. So it's really where they're strongest at. They've got massive AoE, massive team fight capabilities, and neither team really has great late game. But I don't know. Honestly, you kind of want to favor mouz in this situation right at this point, simply because of the Blinks that have just come out. The fact that there's really no carry that's going to save. There's no carry that's going to save. I mean, don't get me wrong. Doom can do work, okay, but he's not building him that way. I mean, it's clear that he's tank. He's going to have to go some kind of carry items. Radiance, it's still only 29 minutes in. He does have 1,800 gold. He's obviously going to be working towards some kind of item that can help do damage, but it's just not going to be enough here after a while. After some more item pickups, like if a Pike comes out, if Manta comes out on Mirana, I mean, like, you
Mirana
gotta
does have the
honestly
Manta, actually.
And Manta does come out, so I mean, really, mouz is honestly not in as bad of a situation as it might appear by looking at the scoreboard, and not even so much looking at the gold graph. The gold graph is back up to 2,500, 30 minutes in. That's literally virtually nothing. So I mean, mouz is not in a bad position here at all.
Yeah, basically, I would expect Complexity to. I mean, they probably want to, if possible, get a pick off and turn that into a push mid. If not, maybe try to take Roche. But Roche is actually not going to be up for a while again, so they're I guess maybe just going to push mid anyway. They really have to. The problem is, mouz has just done an excellent job of split pushing here. I mean, look, Sexy Bamboo basically at the base while Complexity's grouped up in the mid. He is going to have to TP back, but that's going to do some nice damage to the base tower while they try to defend mid.
Yes, here we go. Tower getting damaged. Now it's down to actually it's getting some decent damage put on it right now with no danger. About third health left.
Yeah, TC only level 15, so not quite level 3 of the wards, but still enough that if he places it down on the tower, it should be enough for them to take the tower in this team fight, if they can just kind of put some pressure to keep the team back. But basically, just afraid of the tornado at this point, because we know this thing is a menace.
Oh god, that damn tornado.
And Hannah actually has picked up a 4-staff as well, so maybe we'll see some nice 4-staff plays in this fight.
Maybe 4-staff definitely not quite as useful as that would be if it were in the hands of mouz, obviously, to get out those ward traps, but definitely not. I mean, obviously Complexity known for their 4-staff usage, so they'll do what they can. But I mean, last team fight in this situation, it was almost unideal. It was almost pretty bad, you could say, for mouz, the way they initiated. We're gonna have a go here. It starts out on Sing Sing. You got to have the ult channeling, you would imagine. I don't see him anywhere. There was no follow-up. Actually, I see what they did.
Yeah. They were just trying to bait some Doom ult or something, which was actually a really nice play.
Yeah, it was a nice idea. It didn't actually. They didn't actually bait anything, but it wasn't bad. And what it's done is it's kind of scared Complexity away. That now they're a little bit. They're kind of doubting themselves. We're gonna have Geo go back and farm. He does have 2,300. There's just not a whole lot of damage, honestly. Especially if, like I said, if BKBs come out, if a pipe comes out, and if a Manta comes out on mouz, you're gonna really see even more team fight just go in the favor of mouz, because that's obviously gonna eliminate a lot of the usefulness of Ike's Mike, who might be getting caught out here if he's not careful. we're gonna have a go here. They do have Sing Sing going in first. BKB from TC comes out. They're gonna TC not able to really choose a target. His ult's not even out. Unfortunately, he did not ult before he shackled somebody. This is not looking too well. Geo has arrived though. That's gonna help. Pipe has popped as well. And now all these team fight items, their coordination, their usage, their teamwork, it really pays off. Sing Sing goes down. This is gonna be 3 here for well. 3 here for 3 down for mouz. And honestly, like, with a little bit more coordination there from mouz, you would honestly have expected that to go in their favor.
Yeah, well, the biggest problem,
got the jump.
honestly, was that Sand King decided to blink in and stun instead of trying to set up his ult. If he tried setting up his ult when Sing Sing blinked in to stun, that would have been probably 2 kills instantaneously, and it would have been, a completely different team fight. But instead, Sand King ult got canceled by a nice Marana and Ice Imprisonment, and that was the team fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what happened. And mouz right there, that might have been their chance to really change the momentum of the game. Now they're going to lose this. Tower 3 went down. They're doing what they can, though, as they have been doing all game in mid. We can see their tower going down. I mean, they're doing great with that. There's no denying that. The tower does get destroyed. They're doing an absolutely fantastic job of mitigating the losses of these towers. For every tower, look at the tower count.
Yeah,
in fact,
completely
even. It's completely even. I mean, and that's absolutely great job from mouz.
Yeah, I mean, that's a testament to the effectiveness of their split pushing, which has really been set up by that early Boots of Travel on Sexy Bamboo. That's just been so awesome for them this game. He's been able to, basically play the role kind of a tinker. Especially, I would have expected almost a little bit more coordination with him and Chen. Usually when you have the Boots of Travel on someone and then you have Chen, you can make it easily to teleport people back to base and then teleport back to a lane, really doing the tinker effect. But haven't done that quite as much as you would expect. Still, though, very, very strong.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting for mouz to just turn it on one of these team fights. I mean, they have such AOI and AOE both. I mean, you've got 3 blinkers, literally 3 blinkers, and they all have massive AOE, massive burst, and all they need to do is just even chain 2 of those, let alone 3. But if you were to chain 3, I mean, you can just kiss a team fight goodbye. You just completely run away with the team fight. So we'll see. mouz is smoked up. They really need to be able to do this. I mean, they really need to. They have the heroes. They have the heroes to be able to turn this game around. They absolutely have the lineup to do this. And they're going to catch Fluff here. Not going to be the greatest pickup, but it'll help. More importantly, it's going to be a 4v5, and it's going to be Rosh. So that is going to help.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they'll be able to take Rosh, even though it is 4v5 here. Just with the CM down, I don't think they'll be able to take it. Like you said, not necessarily the best pickup ever, but I mean, certainly better than nothing. But again, you can just see, look, they go and place 1 ward now. That's still their only ward on the map. Like, this is the problem with having the... All game I've been saying this, but it's true. I mean, in a high-level game like this, you would almost never expect one team to be so completely outwarded by the other team than this. And it's not necessarily a skill thing. I mean, I don't think that mouz is necessarily worse at warding. They just don't have a pure support hero like that Crystal Maiden, who spends, basically all her game warding.
Absolutely. And that ward's down.
Yep, yeah, their one piece of vision is down, and you know it just as well as I do. Playing a game when you have no vision on the map, especially against heroes like Doom, who if they come around the corner, you're fucked, is just so painful.
Well, we'll see what they can do. What the strongest play that they could do right here is do a Marana ult through mid. That could be that's the only play that they really have here. If they Marana ult through mid, they can absolutely catch these guys. Sexy Bamboo gonna have a go, and they're trying to bait stuff again. It's fancy plays. I mean, it's just not doing enough. Obviously, we got IX Mike setting up the Rosh, and the freaking tornado has arrived.
Yeah. Sexy Bamboo actually teleported top and ulted a huge creep wave, so he's actually going to be out of this for a little bit. This is going to give them an opening to take Rosh, I would imagine, before mouz can get here. We'll have to see. Another smoke actually coming out, but it's actually only on Rexy? So, I guess maybe he's just going to go into the trees there and, try to set up a really good ult, but no, actually, Complexity going to back off Rosh.
Well, no, I mean, that whirlwind, it does too much damage and it gives vision. It's just, you don't want to do it with it there. You really don't, and Geo going to catch an arrow. And I love it. I love the whirlwind. Just whirlwind greater than 5-man Rosh. I mean, not enough. We're gonna have again. They're trying to bait some stuff. One of these times is gonna catch them because they're gonna be caught 3v5 or 4v5 because one of their guys is gonna be in the base.
I mean, the good thing is when you have Chen, it doesn't really matter if you're doing it to the Queen of Pains. And she has the Boots of Travel, she can just TP back to one of Chen's creeps. But speaking of getting caught, actually, Trixie is going to get caught in the jungle.
If Trixie does get caught here, he's gonna go down before anything can happen. He tries to do what he can with that magic wand. He could have mantisiled, but I mean, nice. He's gonna force a buyback. Still 5v5, and Sexy Bamboo doing a great job pressuring mid, making it very difficult to make the choice to go on Rosh here from Complexity. They're gonna try and do what they can. Hannah Montana does have that mech. He does have decent armor, but they really do not have the greatest DPS.
No, there's no way they can take Roche if Sexy Bamboo goes into the base like this. That would certainly be a mistake. Yeah, and they're gonna have to back
they're
off.
gonna try and catch somebody. TC is smoked, or no, he's legit invis. He's not smoked. And they're not gonna be able to catch anybody. But nice job. Look at the tower. I mean, it's almost half health. Mao is really just being quite the nuisance. They're really playing kind of like just poking you and like your rib cage. It's really being really annoying.
Yeah, the problem is it's 38 minutes, and Trixie actually plays, an amazing Mirana, and he actually only has Manta basically at this point because of buybacks and not really getting very good farm. Sexy Bamboo, teleporting all over the map has been getting great farm, but the problem is Mirana at this stage in the game would probably be just about their best source of damage. Maybe not quite yet, but maybe at about 45 minutes, and doesn't really have a lot of farm, so that's going to be the one problem for them. If they can't set up the team fight ults like you would expect. And Scythe of the Vi is actually out for Roshan now, so that's a ton of CC.
Yeah, TC able to farm just retardedly well on that Shadow Shaman. He has a ton of items, obviously. So what they're gonna look for here, you can imagine, is a pick, and then try and do what they can to get that Rosh. We'll see. TC. I don't know. Look at them. Everyone's just poised, spread out evenly. It's almost like they're spreading out from an ES ult. It looks like it's kind of funny looking on the mini map, but they're somewhat looks like they're maybe somewhat baiting TC mid. We do have one. Let me go ahead and look at the vision. F3. We do see that if you hit F3, you do see the vision. They are fully aware of the Rosh right now, from that one ward that they do have. And shout out to mouz again. They're really stepping it up. They've avoided all of the counter wards. There are three, of which there are 3 counter wards. Arrow coming in, gonna hit Hannah. Is that gonna be the cue to go? The Whirlwind comes out as well. But look, it's gonna be taken before they go ahead and engage.
How do you turn off F3?
F1.
Ah, okay. I was like,
because F1 and then F2 and F3, I believe. Wait, well, yeah, my F2 is unbound apparently because it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah,
but
same here.
Oh well. Either way, that is going to be that. TC is going to take it again. He is obviously level 17, so now we can probably expect some pressure from them.
Yeah. Again, though, just gonna have to worry about those split pushes. Let's see, 2 of their base towers. I think 3 of their base towers. 2 of them at half health. 1 at 4th health. So even though they've been putting pressure on mouz, mouz has done more damage to the Complexity's base than Complexity has done to mouZ's base just from that split push. So as much as they'd like to put pressure on now, it's just difficult for them because they never know where they're gonna have to defend.
Yep, they are doing well. 40 minutes in.
Queen of Pain actually has gone for the Lincolns now, finally. Has the recipe on her, or in the stash, and Ultimate Orb on her.
Well, there's no doubt it's going to help. It's definitely not going to hurt.
Yeah, I guess just there's so much CC at this point from TC and then from the Doom ult that even if it's not about blocking the Doom ult, it's just about having some possibility of doing something in a team fight without getting permanently disabled as a Queen of Pain. Yeah, and we do have
what is this?
The Aghanims actually on Sing Sing, which is just an awesome item. I've seen it in pub games. I've never actually seen it in a competitive game like this before.
Yeah, there's just a tree in him.
Yeah, well, actually, normally the animation isn't this bad. Normally it actually does look like it's in his hand, but I guess it's bugged out a little bit here, unfortunately, so it doesn't look as cool as one might like. Yeah, it actually looks like the tree is just wobbling around inside of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it looks like the push is going to come in mid, but meanwhile, Sexy Bamboo has pushed out top a little bit, but has to TP back maybe a little bit sooner than he'd like because of how low this tower is.
Have a go on Hannah, maybe? We're going to have a go? No, we're going to have the stun. I don't understand why they don't choose these opportunities to go. There's a 5-second arrow on Hannah. Like, you've got so much burst, so much reach. They have such potential to just completely win these up. But look at the great spread here from Complexity. Complexity not going to get caught. Blink comes in there from TC. He's going to pop BKB. His ult is already doing work. They can't do anything to the team. Sing Sing going to come in, do work as well. And that is going to be the first kill in the favor for mouz. 1 down for Complexity. Nice ult, getting everyone there. Beautifully done. Although I think Pipe was up, but still, it did a good amount of damage for everybody. Tower, look at all the wards just doing work. Halfway dead. They need to focus those wards. IX Mike's got to make sure those wards are hitting that tower. A blink comes in there from Sing Sing. Fluff now goes down as well. Now Crystal Maiden 2 down a piece. TC actually going to pop that Aegis. Now Geo is in a little bit of danger as well. They have not done a good enough job of focusing that Rax. Unfortunately, Rax is still up. Sexy Bamboo on the hunt. Trying to do a little bit of a juke. He's going to almost juke it. Not quite enough. Geo going to try and get some HP regen up. He has a ton of regen. ton of region. They're probably going to easily get this kill here on Bamboo. Now Trixie in the fight as well. TC trying to get out of there. TC not able to blink. Able to blink right now, and he does blink. Oh, but it's not enough. It doesn't matter. Tiny going to go ahead and grab that kill. Buyback's coming out, and the melee barracks just under half health. Not quite enough.
Yeah, Sexy Bamboo actually instant buyback and TP top. Unfortunately, the buybacks from the Dire are going to make it, so he's not really going to do anything there. But I mean, I guess he forced buybacks in his own right. Actually, might get the kill on Jo here.
That is so tanky.
Yeah, Jesus, just has so much health, and Sexy Bamboo going to have to back off now. Although not really a shame that he used the ult since it's short cooldown with the Scepter now. But yeah, unfortunately, I think if Complexity had just hung back just a little bit more, not dove past the racks, they would have been able to focus the racks down. Maybe not got quite as many kills, like maybe the fight would have been slightly worse for them, but if you would have gotten to racks, it would have been worth it. But just kind of pursued just a little bit too far, I think.
Jeez, 1 counter ward kills 3 wards in mid, by the way. That's pretty bang for your buck right there. But and that gold graph has not quite updated yet? Or has it?
Yeah, I think it's more or less updated.
Well, either way, it doesn't actually matter what the gold graph says, simply because the heroes, obviously, as I've been saying, the late game is going to be in the favor here. Assuming he can get some farm, it's just that he's not all that incredibly farmed. He only has a Manta style. It does have Mithril Hammer. Let me click on him. That's pretty much it. But I mean, still, you do have more late game, even if just a little, on the side of mouz. So I mean, the Complexity obviously is going to feel at least a little pressured. We didn't mention the Radiance pickup. I believe they had that last fight.
Yeah, I don't know if they had it last fight or not, actually. Yeah, well, I guess they
did.
I mean,
they did.
Based on the amount of gold on Jo, I would assume. So yeah, the thing is, though, even though there's a better late game on mouz, the fact that they have the Doom, who just farms so insanely fast, I mean, we'll see. It could... yeah, thanks, Holly. It could maybe not matter as much, just because Trixie hasn't been able to farm really well at all. I mean, he's, what, 900 gold away from his BKB?
Trixie?
Yeah, or no, 1,300. No, what am I? I can't count. 1,000 gold away from his BKB. I would assume he's going to go BKB.
Yeah, that's about right.
No, it's not. That's not even right. Whatever. Honestly, math this late at night is not my thing.
Late at night? Where are you from?
I'm in Paris.
What?
Yeah, well, I'm American, but I live in Paris, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it is...
That's like the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm US West. We're the opposite. It's 12 p.m. for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not really that late here, but I like to claim it's late because I'm turning into an old man. But yeah, well, the good thing about the Sexy Bamboo Agnim's pickup, even though he's actually only had really one big ult, which was in that last team fight, that ult was huge, it's actually allowed him to just nuke down these waves so fast, because obviously Agnim's ulting a creep wave completely demolishes it, which is helping with his style of play even more. But yeah, Doom actually 4,500 gold now, probably looking towards his next item pickup. I mean, even with buyback saving, he's still going to have enough to pick up something. Maybe going... I mean, I can't imagine he's going to go for hard at this point. He's already so tanky. So what do you think his next pickup will be? Maybe a sheep stick?
For who? Sorry.
For Doom, for Jo.
4,500. Obviously, he has a buyback. I'm not sure what he's going to go. I mean, it's worrying for Complexity, to be completely honest. The real problem, and to answer your question, I'm just not sure. I mean, it's going to need to be something to help carry this game, though, because they don't have enough damage. And I'm realizing the problem really is, as I mentioned, Ike's Mike is essentially useless at this phase of the game. Is there a pipe anywhere, by the way? I haven't even checked. No, there's no pipe, but it doesn't matter. I mean, with the heal on Chen, you essentially negate a good deal of IX Mike's usefulness, and that's only assuming even if he does get a gold. I mean, even if he does get a gold, it's not even guaranteed he does. But the problem is that CM and Venomancer, they're redundant heroes. Like, they both kind of do the same thing early game. They both are good against. They're both good against Chen. You want those two heroes against an early Chen. They both have that AOE slow that's really good against those ganks, but like, it's just too much of the same. They don't have it. They're useless at this phase of the game. You kind of want Fluff to be like level 16 with a blink BKB to kind of like help these team fights, but he just doesn't have that, and he's not going to get that this team fight. So again, their only hope, and even with these Aegises, they even haven't actually been going completely in the favor of of complexity. So here it is, 47 minutes in. If they can't crack it in one more try, I think honestly mouz probably is going to take this.
Yeah, and actually I was going to say Assault Curious was the likely pickup, but, well, at least it's the normal likely pickup, but I'm not sure how effective of a pickup it is here because, you know, there's really not a lot of other physical damage to follow up other than Jo hitting people. But, I mean, honestly, a Doombringer doesn't really sit there hitting people that often anyway, so it's not going to do a ton as far as increasing their damage goes, but, I mean, I guess it does give them armor.
They're going to actually spot these guys first. IX Mike does get his stuff out. He's actually going to live. Look at all the team items in effect. He just now goes down. They waste everything on IX Mike. Hannah Montana in danger of going down as well. Nice ult there on Rexy. They're actually only able to get 2 people so far on mouz. 2 people down on mouz. 1 down on. And look at this. Let's see if they even have enough damage here to kill Trixie. They don't. They don't have True Sight. He's gonna get out on time, and Bambo gets out as well. So unfortunately, it's like they get caught with their pants down. They don't have the True Sight for once.
Yeah.
There's none.
That was kind of unfortunate. Although, again, just the BKB from TC actually really made it difficult for them to do anything on him. So they had to just focus down Mike. And like you said, I mean, Venomancer is kind of useless at this point in the game. So focusing down a Venomancer doesn't really do that much. So even after he was dead, they were kind of left in a not favorable situation, despite a relatively good initiation.
Indeed. Well. That was honestly just a collision of forces.
Yeah.
They didn't. No one really won that. No one really was able to do anything with it. It looks like again they're just gonna be waiting. And I gotta try and remember to like type out the Rosh timer from now on as a spectator and as a support player, by the way, because I need to do that as well. But because I imagine that's gonna be obviously what complexity is waiting for, and they are kind of moving towards that area.
Yeah, well, with the mid tower down now, if they get the Roche with Cheese and Aegis, I think it would be very difficult for them not to take a mid Rax. So they really obviously are going to wait for that Roche, and mouz is going to have to respond to that. I mean, again, it's the dire advantage. Honestly, it does exist, and it's going to give complexity at least a little bit of advantage in getting to this Roche. Yeah. So mouz is going to have to do something about it. But again, the thing you would normally do about that is, I hate to sound like a broken record, but wards, and they don't have any wards up. So yeah, Roche is going to die.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least complexity is on top of counter warding, ward spots specifically.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily dusting heroes and stuff, but it doesn't matter. This, like you said, it's going to drop the Aegis and the Cheese, and if you can get at least one of those on Geo, obviously.
Yeah, Geo's going to take the Cheese, and TC's going to take the Aegis, I would imagine. Yeah.
Yep. Then, you know, you're in a pretty good spot here. They're going to be forced to go up top, try and stop this push. Are there any TPs? No, lots of people with no TPs. Several people with TPs, though. 2 are going to go in. Be careful. Be careful. You are not within friends. All right, Sexy Bambo going to be gone on, and he's Trappy, and he's shackled.
Oh.
And he is so CC, but look at how tanky he is. The Doom does go out on Tiny. Tiny not able to do anything in that team fight. Great job there. Sexy Bambo next on the hit list, but he should be fine. No, he's not. He's actually going to get CC'd too far. And 2 people are in base and 1 in the jungle, so that was like an awkward push. Kind of a misplay there.
Yeah, well, just an incredible shackle shot from Hannah. Hannah has amazed me so much with his shackle shots this game. I mean, I know he's a good player, but like that shackle shot there, holding the Tiny and the Queen of Pain together, even though the Tiny was shackled by the Rasta, but CCing the Queen of Pain like that just was what it was able to make it so that they were able to pick him off there. And so just a huge shackle shot, and let's see, just Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain does have buyback money, however, Tiny does not. So this is going to be a 4 versus 5 with no tower. I would imagine this is going to certainly be Rax.
There's the buyback. That's not going to be enough, obviously, to turn them around. So here we go. Ward's back in 50 seconds. Oh my god. Well, it does a good job of clearing the wave, but that's not going to be nearly enough. Obviously, this Rax is going to go down, and that's the first Rax taken out in the game. Taken out at 51.5 minutes in favor of complexity. You definitely can't get a better Rax in mid. Meanwhile, down bottom, Trixie doing what he's been doing all game. Well, not him so much as his Clop counterpart, but still, in general, they've been doing a great job of doing these counter pushes. That tower is now half dead.
Yeah, and look at TC, almost 6,000 gold again, so he's going to get another big item pickup. I don't really know what it would be at this point. I mean, maybe the ult staff, but no, it looks like he's actually going to go for Shivas.
Just incredibly tanky.
Yeah, at this point in the game, I mean, with the amount of items on just a couple heroes, I mean, that is kind of one of the differences here, is that the items are really compiled onto 2 or 3 heroes for complexity and a little bit more spread around for mouz. Well, that's not completely true, actually. Sexy Bamboo basically just has all the items and no one else really has anything. But and
Blink Dagger!
Yeah, wow.
There's that team fight. You gotta start getting that farm on Crystal Maiden if you guys want to win this. I'm telling you, Blink Dagger.
Yeah, about to hit
BKB.
level 16. So when that level 16 Crystal Maiden ult comes in,
oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait for this level 16 Blink ult. Unfortunately, we'll see how long it actually lasts uninterrupted. But I mean, assuming you can avoid the tiny the SK, you actually have a pretty decent chance of getting a decent chained ult off. But we'll see. Obviously, now the target up top for Complexity. They're gonna try and make this next push, trying to seal the deal. Black King Bar now taking on Sand King, although he really hasn't been having any trouble getting ults off, I feel.
I have a question. Phase Boots doesn't let you get through Rust Awards, does it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So I really don't understand Tiny's build at all, to be perfectly honest. So like, if you're going for Aghanims and you're going for Mask of Madness, you're going for a right-click build. Like, why would you not go Treads instead of Phase Boots?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just preference. I mean, even if you are in a right-click build, you can't discount the fact that you do get, you do get to phase through units, but still, attack speed obviously is going to more easily directly translate into DPS. But either way, we'll see. He is going to TP back. Everyone's going to be back. Trixie TPing back a little bit later. They actually might get this tower before Trixie can even do anything. Trixie going to TP in just now. Tower halfway dead. They're going to blink in. Let's see if they can chain some stuff down. Where is Quap? We need some Quap. Quap does get that ult off on Fluff. Fluff actually not going to be able to do anything in that team fight. Oh, poor Fluff. Just got that blink. Trixie very tanky. Not going down either. One apiece dead. The wards are doing work. They're focusing the ranged barracks. Meanwhile, Geo doing a great job trying to attract all the attention, and he's doing that perfectly. Still one down, just a piece. TC with that Shiva's very tanky as well, and look at that, nicely done overall. Just in and out. They're gonna get that. I mean, that's not the easiest target to go on. That's actually gonna cost you a death there, Sing Sing. Be careful now. Dement's in trouble as well. He's gonna get shackled. Very big misplay there, but all in all, regardless of that little slight misplay there, those are 2 racks down, and that's pretty tough.
Yeah, I think that was GG regardless of, that slight little misplay. Just, again, the Aegis and the Cheese making the difference there. Although Aegis not actually even used on TC yet, but the Cheese on JO, although actually not really used so much in that fight either. Arrow going to come out, but, man.
TC going to be in danger. He's actually going to pop that Aegis. Never mind, he's going to be just fine. Trixie going to actually get that kill on Mike. Geo now going to turn, and we've got the TC coming back up as well. Sexy Bamboo did not account for that, although the nice double stun should be enough to save him. Sexy Bamboo just barely going to survive. Actually, no, he doesn't like to live. But and that is definitely going to be GG. 2 down. Well, it's not definitely going to be GG. I'm not going to call it too soon. But either way, Doombringer felt that his life was not worth holding on to, so he's going to go down as well. But this looks like it's going to be game 1 in the favor of coL. Again, this is a best of 3 for those of you guys who have not been keeping track. This is just game 1. So we're going to have a bit of a counter push to our down. Is there enough for buyback?
Yeah, there is on the Doom.
Not
on the Venomancer, but the Venomancer will be up in time anyway, and doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, this counter push isn't going to be enough. But at least I guess it'll force a buyback.
Pause Mike DC.
Yeah, IX Mike had DC'd, but he's back now, so.
It's just Veno.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, well, Veno CM so great early game, but really, you got to say that the Shadow Shaman was probably the MVP of the game for complexity in this.
And we're gonna have a go here. Who's gonna go down? Sexy Bamboo gonna throw that ult out. Not yet. He's gonna try and focus it on one person. Doesn't even do a whole lot. Doesn't matter. SK is gonna go down here. Last ditch effort here from mouz. Now 1 down a piece. Poor Fluff unable to do anything with that blink. Sing Sing now getting Mom down here as well. They're going to go ahead and have a go. He's going to stun away, and he's going to walk away. He should be okay. Forstaff comes out. Let's see if he can land that Q. Q is available, and Q goes out, and it hits. Now Ix Mike in danger of going down again, but it's not going to matter. 2 down a piece for either team. Now it's 3 from mouz, 2 up, 3 up from complexity. And that bottom lane is getting pushed pretty far, so unless they can do some miraculous anything, this is quickly going to be GG here.
Yeah, I don't know. Well played overall by both teams. I loved the mouz combos with the Tiny and Sand King. I was really happy to see that. So, I mean, they really played well. It's just, I don't know, a little bit too much farm on the Doombringer just made him so tanky, and they kind of still focused him in a lot of the fights, which was just unfortunate because he didn't do a lot of damage, and if they could have just focused other people, like maybe the Shadow Shaman a little bit more, but I guess Shadow Shaman almost always had the Aegis when they were team fighting anyway, so.
Yeah, mouz looked really strong, honestly. And by all means, I feel like they should have won again here. Like this type of stuff, Look at it. It's just non-effectual anymore. If that's even a term. But look at that. It did absolutely nothing. Pipe just completely negated all of that. Pipe Radiance just, I mean, the items at this point, it's not even the heroes. Like, on paper, in my head, it's just like, wow, I mean, the team fight is so vastly in the favor of mouz, but the coordination between item usage and just team coordination in general is just so strong from Complexity that apparently they're able to just ignore what's on the paper, if you will. But like you said, either way, mouz looked great this game. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments they can make for next game, and hopefully get themselves back into it.
Yeah, well, again, just the coordination really, yeah, as you were saying, is the difference in this game, and that is the reason why Complexity is one of the top teams in the world right now. It's just because even though they don't necessarily have as many big name players, or they didn't at the beginning of Dota 2, at this point I think that would be a moot point. They just have probably the best teamwork of any team in Dota 2 right now. Maybe except for Na'Vi, but that would be debatable. So yeah, and their teamwork just kind of came out ahead in this game, and that was why they were able to beat mouz, despite mouz having maybe a slightly better late game lineup and good team play themselves. Well, alright, I don't want to say that's why they beat mouz, because technically the game's not over yet, but with 2 lanes down, it's going to be really difficult for them to come back in this.
Yeah, the only thing standing between Mega Creeps and... well, no.
Yeah, it's just two ranged barracks.
2 ranged barracks.
Yeah.
It's the only thing standing between Complexity and Mega Creeps. So they're going to maybe try and get a catch here. Rexy, his blinks is going to go down because of that nice power shot, actually. A bit of a sniper shot. And they're going to grab that kill there. And that should be all she wrote. 60 seconds left. No buyback available, I imagine. Is there a way to see how much buyback? Just mouse over it, maybe? Buyback. Oh, yeah, there is. 1421. Okay. So, yeah, no buyback left on SK. So 5v4 push.
Yeah,
he finished off those boots of travel.
I have a question though. Is there any way to see the buyback cooldown for heroes though? As a spectator?
Not that I know of.
Because I don't think so either, and that's something I would certainly like.
Yeah, that would be nice. Indeed, indubitably.
So, oh well, actually gonna be.
And BKB comes out, the blink comes out from TC, then try to do what they can. Sexy Bamboo is just so tanky, so farmed. They're not able to do what they can, but it doesn't matter. The wards come out. They're in range of the second to last melee racks. Now the last melee racks is going to come out. And this is where the GGs come out shortly. All in all, great game. Great entertaining game here. Game 1 of this best of 3. And I'm sure both teams are going to be ready. Look at this down bottom, actually. Doing what they can. Please let me live. I have children.
Even the channel coming out there to try to save his life, but it's just not happening. I actually did have one question, since we don't really have a ton left to talk about. As far as Jo goes, at this point in the game, do you think the Speed Aura is still the best, or do you think you would have gone for the Wolf?
Well, honestly, Speed Aura is so it has so much utility, regardless of its point in the game. Obviously, it doesn't really become unuseful.
No, obviously.
At least I would argue. And I would argue that if you had more of a right-click centered team, then you would probably get that. You would get that attack aura. But since you don't, I don't really have too much of a qualm with holding on to that speed aura. It's just so useful. It's like what is it anyways? What is it?
12%, which is just quite huge actually.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah, for your entire team.
Combine it with
with
Drone of Endurance.
Yep, certainly. Normally as a Doombringer myself, I'm always looking for the wolves, and I can never find them once I get that Radiance. But yeah, like you said, that's a good point. They don't really have a lot of other right-click on their team, so it's just not that important. I'm pretty sure the aura doesn't extend to the wards.
Bimba.
Trolling basically everyone at this point.
Oh, Leo comes out. No true sight. Oh, the BKB stun ult doing nothing. Alright, well that is going to be it. Complexity up 1 game to none in this best of 3. Again, shout out to the sponsors, Twitch TV, TeamSpeak, and SteelSeries. And we will be right back. It's not going to be much of a break in between, so don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back with game 2 between mouz and Complexity.
Thanks for watching.